What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Hot Commodity and C. Thank you for joining me in our Attitude Year Season 3 coverage. We're checking out WWF SmackDown from May 4th, 2000, live in Richmond, Virginia. To kick off SmackDown, we have Earl Hebner, who is from Richmond. He comes out to officiate this next match. Intercontinental Champion Chris Benoit defends against Chris Jericho. The two men trade slaps to start the match. Benoit lands three German suplexes and a gut buster. Jericho lands a bulldog for a 2 count. Benoit pushes Earl Hebner to the floor. Jericho hits Chris Benoit with the Intercontinental title and lands a lion salt. And we have new WWF Intercontinental Champion and Chris Jericho here on SmackDown. A big surprise for the fans and for myself, as I didn't realize he won it here on SmackDown. The McMahon-Helmsley Regime come out to the stage. Vince says Richmond has a lot of history. It's the capital of the Confederacy. Patrick Henry delivered his famous speech, and it's the capital of Virginia. Now it's known for being corrupt and home of Earl Hebner. Tonight, Earl will have his first wrestling match. He will team with The Rock to face DX and the next WWF champion, Triple H. It will be a handicap match, and it will also be for the WWF title. If either Rock or Earl gets pinned, The Rock will lose the belt. We will crown a new WWF champion here tonight on SmackDown. Um, that is what Triple H, or I'm sorry, Vince McMahon promises, and usually Vince keeps his promises. We get a promo with a bunch of little girls. They're playing patty cake, and there's like fire around them. And the saying is Judgment Day is coming. So don't know what that's for, but I'm sure we'll find out. Lita and Essa Rios take on Chyna and European champion Eddie Guerrero next. Chyna and Eddie land a double suplex to Essa. Chyna drops Lita on the top, lands a power bomb and a military press, and Chyna and Eddie Guerrero defeat Lita and Essa Rios, hopefully ending this rivalry here tonight. Kurt Angle comes out next. Angle says, I have a problem with Hardcore Holly. Whenever I hear hardcore, I think of hardcore porn, and there are children here. Hardcore Holly then comes out and calls Angle a 30-year-old virgin. Angle hits Holly with a belly-to-belly suplex to start the match, and then Angle is able to land a bridging German suplex, and Kurt Angle defeats Holly. After Holly hits Kurt Angle with a sit-out suplex onto a steel chair, and Hardcore Holly loses the match, but gains momentum over Kurt Angle. Next, we have Rikishi taking on the tag team champions Edge and Christian in a handicap match. Edge and Christian say Rikishi is going to rue the day he gave them a stink face. Rikishi hits a double clothesline and a double splash in the corner. Rikishi gives Edge the stink face. Edge then goes and spears Rikishi. Edge accidentally runs into the ring post, and Rikishi wins by count out because Edge and Christian are out on the floor. After Edge and Christian attack Rikishi, but Too Cool super kick the ring bell into Edge's face and hit a worm to Christian, and Too Cool and Rikishi stand tall over the tag team champions here on SmackDown. Next, Tori has a wad of money in her bra and gives it to the women's champion Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley to buy a drink. The Dudley Boyz walk by them, and Stephanie calls them pathetic that they attack women. Tori calls them pathetic as well. And Bubba looks pissed, but Devon says you don't want to put her through a table. Will the Dudleys put Stephanie through a table? We'll have to wait and see. Next up, the Hardy Boyz take on TNA. The Hardys in a whisper in the wind to Albert. Albert hits a sit-out powerbomb to Jeff. Test lands a pump handle slam, but Jeff Hardy lands a swanton to the back of Test, and the Hardy Boyz get the victory. Afterwards, though, Albert lands a spinning neck breaker, and Test hits a flying elbow drop to Matt Hardy. And although TNA didn't win, they're lost without Trish, but they attack the Hardys. Next up, Bull Buchanan takes on Big Show. Big Show is out and he's calling himself Shonan the Barbarian. He's dressed like a Viking. The match doesn't start because Bull attacks Big Show with a nightstick, but Big Show is able to land two choke slams, and Big Show leaves the ring after that. Vince McMahon talks to Earl Hebner backstage. He wishes him good luck and tells him to give it his best. Then Hardcore champion Crash Holly is in a bounce house. That's when light heavyweight champion Dean Malenko attacks Crash. Crash runs into the arena. Dean Malenko ends up getting the pinfall on Crash, but Perry Saturn comes out and pulls Dino off of Crash. That leads to Crash hitting Dean with a can, sending Dean into Perry, leading Crash to get the victory and hold on to the title. But that causes Perry Saturn and Dean Malenko to brawl after the match. We then see Big Show backstage with Shane McMahon, and he asks Shane, what does he think of this new gimmick? Shane says, you let me down at WrestleMania. You were the first man eliminated, and that's embarrassing. I think you're a fool. You are a pathetic waste of good oxygen. No one will ever care about what you do because you don't deserve it. So Shane McMahon giving very harsh words to the Big Show backstage here on SmackDown. Next up, we have Earl Hebner and the WWF Champion The Rock taking on DX and Triple H with Tori, Shane, Vince, Pat, Gerald, and Women's Champion Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley. DX Triple Team The Rock in the corner. Earl Hebner slaps Triple H, and The Rock attacks Triple H's injured arm. Rock clotheslines Triple H to the floor, lands a DDT to Road Dogg. Rock then lands a spine buster to Shane. Chris Jericho comes out and attacks Triple H. Vince punches Jericho, and then Jericho attacks Vince back. Earl Hebner low blows X-Pac, and The Rock lands a rock bottom, and The Rock and Earl Hebner win, and The Rock retains the championship. After DX attack The Rock, Triple H hits The Rock with the WWF title and lands a pedigree. Vince and Shane force Earl Hebner to watch. Triple H then attacks Earl Hebner and makes Earl bleed from the mouth. Triple H sends a pedigree to Earl onto a steel chair. Rikishi, The Big Show, Chris Jericho, and the Dudleys all come out to attack DX and the McMahon-Helmsley regime and send them packing. The Rock tosses Patterson and Brisco in the ring. Rikishi gives Pat Patterson a stink face, and Bubba Ray Dudley lands a super power bomb to Gerald Brisco through the table. So although the McMahon-Helmsley regime is in full control, the good guys, the faces, are making a stand against these guys. Judgment Day is only 2 weeks away, so I'm excited for the matches to be made for that card. We're on the road to SummerSlam, King of the Ring, Fully Loaded, all those summer pay-per-views coming your way. So make sure you stay safe and stay uncensored.